Hello everyone and welcome back to Out of Ore. I'm your host JC. So today is going to be a little different. We are going to do some bagger work, but then we're going to work on the factory itself. We're going to turn it into from a 2 wash plant to a 4 wash plant. And it's probably going to take a couple of episodes, but the idea is, and I'm hoping this will work, because if not it's going to be a lot of wasted time. I am going to end up putting in 2 more storages, one here and one on the other side, and then these hoppers are going to end up getting moved to where they're like offset like this, and then we're going to have 4 lines going to the wash plant instead of just the 2. So I'm hoping that works. I did test this right here. I got all 4 of them to work by doing that, so all 4 of them had power. We are going to increase our power an awful lot, but I think it'll be worth it. So let's go ahead and get a couple of cuts done here, and then we can start putting in conveyors, because those top conveyors won't hurt anything. I already have it all set up to go, so we're just going to run this. I did put in a little temporary concrete pad down. This thing was getting pretty low on fuel, so I filled it up and then I took it back out. I got to figure something else out for that. I don't think this is going to work, having concrete rampway into here. So I'm probably going to block that off, seal in that where the steel cages are at, steel blocks I mean, and figure some other way to get a fuel truck down here. Because I can't take this over the top of the conveyors, and I can't go underneath of it. So we'll have to figure something out. I was racking my brain trying to figure out how we could process all this material quickly, and the only thing I come up with was to make another plant. So what's going to happen is we're going to run conveyor lines all the way up and over. I'm going to have to change out that staircase going up right there, because it goes right over the top of it, so we'll have to adjust that one. And then what we're going to do is, if you look on the other side of the plant, like right below the end, you can see a conveyor coming up onto the roof there. We're going to set up a double wash plant up on top of the roof too. So we'll have some elevators going up to it. I'm not exactly sure how much we're going to get done today. I did figure out how to get the material down to the lower level for storage purposes, and that's what that conveyor there is for. You can't use a chute because it has boxes with the gold bars and stuff. They come across the conveyor as boxes. So if you use a chute, it gets stuck and it won't go through. So you have to use an actual conveyor, and those are it's an 8 and then a right turn. We have 2 down 8x6s, 2 right turns, 2 down 8x6s, and then a left turn into the opening for the door, or the open way. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so that when we connect the 2 plants up top, it should work. We will have to turn on more power generators, because we're going to double our usage, going from like 14.8 to almost 30,000. But without putting any more generators or water pumps in, we currently have 30, let's see, 16, 32, like 33, 6, I think it is. So we will have to probably put in 2 more generators too. Not that big a deal, I don't think. But that'll give us an extra 16 for whatever conveyors that we put in, because we're also going to have to end up putting conveyors going double on the other side too when we go to do that side. And so with all these things connected, it's going to be a lot. But after they're set up and put in, then we just have to worry about doing the temporary take down this back section here, or take down the back section there when we finish a cut. I think it'll work. I'm hoping it will. Fingers crossed. Because if not, man, that's a lot of work to put all that stuff in there. Rearrange things. Gonna have to take the little roof vents off the top, fill the roof in. I know we're going to have the plant smoke running inside, but I can't go 100% realistic, not and try to make this bagger work on this map with the setup and the conveyors and everything they currently have. So basically we're going to run from having 600 meters a second to having 1200 meters a second. Or 12 M3 a second, I mean. So hopefully everything works out the way it's supposed to, and we will have no problem with it. But for right now, we're just going to do, like I said, do a couple cuts, and then I'm going to start putting in conveyors over there and work my way up and around while this processes through. I don't know how far we'll get. We might be able to punch through the hole and get the other conveyor going out the backside. I did one just to make sure it would work, and then I'll show you guys how I did that one. And again, I said I don't think that concrete thing right there is going to work, so I might probably have to take that out. And these lines are just going to run right on top. As you see, I put two offsets, so they're going to run right across the top of the other ones. So it should theoretically work. So we'll just get a couple cuts here done and start laying conveyor lines. Probably gonna have to buy a whole lot more. I also, off camera, refilled all of the ruby and diamond mini wash plants, and we still have a full container of ruby ore. I also picked up all the rubies and put them into rubies and diamonds, polished ones, into a container that we're going to sell later, and there is a lot of them. We're going to have, I don't know, if I had to guess, just from the rubies and diamonds, we're probably going to have like 150, 200 million. Which is, I mean, just insane. It's just been running in the background from the dirt we process. I really do hope this works. I think it's going to, because like I said, I did a little test here, and I got the material to fall over the top of two hoppers side by side, and it wasn't exactly like 50-50, but it was pretty close. I mean, it was 1046 to 988. I mean, granted, grand scheme of things, that's a small sample size, and I may have to do a little more adjusting to it. But where it sits right now, the conveyor coming off the back of the machine is going to hit pretty close to center on the two hoppers when they're down there. So hopefully, like I said, it works the way I want it to. If not, you guys can all laugh at me for being stupid. But if it works, it's genius. Well, maybe not genius, but pretty good idea. I just don't want to wait like 30, 40, 45 minutes for material to process still. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I mean, you guys have seen me do some of the stuff and then do jump cuts for the rest of it, and it's been, I don't know, 15 to 40 minutes in between on the jump cuts. So there's a lot of material that gets processed through. If I kept everything going, it would be like an hour and a half, or hour to an hour and a half video every single time. And us sitting around kind of waiting. Alright, so we got the autosave coming in here. I'm going to go ahead and stop cutting for a second. As soon as that's done, we'll finish off this cut. I'm not going to move forward this time either. I want to just finish off the cut and then start putting those in. We have to go all the way out here to this little corner here. Because we're going to move forward like 2.5 blocks on the next cut, next time we do it. Because I want a really good test when it comes through. Alright, so that's going to do it for that part. So now we're going to run over here. We're going to jump up on top of this conveyor here. And obviously none of these are going to work right now because there's no power connected to them. But you will see when we connect back into it that it'll work. Because they were running earlier. And since this is the start of it, it should work. Alright, so here I need to... this is going to be a left here, right? Yeah. And then I'm going to need a 2. And then another left. I didn't purchase the left. Interesting. Okay, what the heck? Oh, I didn't purchase the 2. Let's try this again. 2. Now we'll put this piece in, then this piece in. There we go. Now I'm just going to go ahead and run them offset because it really doesn't matter until we get down to the other end. And that way we can see what we need when we get over here. I had 60 of these things when I started, so we're going to use up quite a bit of them, I know that. Now I believe I can go right into the left, yeah. So we're going to go 7, put that there, and then we're going to use a 4 here, and a left. Alright, so then same thing, we're just going to run it up here to the conveyor, to the angle up. Okay, so I need to get this right. So this is going to be, I think, a 2 here, and a 4 there. So we go 7 here, 8 there. And then we're going to do some, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I need 12 up 8 by 6. And if this works properly, be able to just go like this up the thing, get to the top, and switch back to straights. And like I said, I'm going to have to redo the catwalk system over here, so I may stop this conveyor going through there for right now and do that first, because I know I'm going to have to go up 1 full length. And I did, as you see, took all the paint and stuff out of here so that we have room for parts if we need them. We'll come back through and paint all this stuff later. And we are out of conveyors. So let's just go ahead and grab a bunch of those. Those need to be over here though. Alright, so let's stop there. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. I just think if I move it back, I can do it in the same spot. And just raise it up 1 level. Let's put that there, and that there. So we should be able to just go like this, take this off, take that. I'm trying really hard not to hit my conveyor here and break the line. Alright, so this again, same thing here. But with this one, because this beam's in the way, I should probably just take that down one notch over there. So let's just do this. Alright, so we get all this out of the way real quick. This obviously is going to have to change too. Okay, so now we got that set. We will need that to come down one. And then we can put this. It won't connect to there, will it? Okay. Well, let's put one more stair here, and then we can build off of that. Alright, so if we just do this, and build across here like this, then our stairs can go down both sides on this side. And we can put guardrails in here real quick too. Right there and there. And if we want, we could have stairs going down this way here too. Can't really have them going down that way unless we extend this out, which I'm okay with. So let's go jump down here, connect these in real quick. We'll just guardrail across here like so. And we come back in here. Obviously, we'll have to come back there and paint this later. But this is kind of important to have it proper for the conveyors. Alright, so now we have access up, down, still got access to the roof. I probably will end up putting one going down that way too. Alright, let's go ahead and get these things in. Now it should be, we have one more down there, we're going to do the same thing too. Because there's another section down here that it runs across. I really hope someone's done this before, so they can tell me in the comments if it's going to work or not before I build the entire plant up on top. And if it's not going to work, then we don't have too much stuff to tear out, but if we start putting the plant in, it's going to be a lot. My main concern today is to get the conveyors over here and get them to the roof. After that, we'll figure out what to do. So again, I'm going to tear this out for right now. This is going to have to go up a level, so we can just move all this stuff out for right now. Damn it! Turn the power off quick. That was a mistake. That's what I didn't want to do. Alright, well, let me clean this up real quick. Man, I was trying so hard not to do that too. I'm probably going to have to pull this out here too, over here on the side. Because I think I went underneath all those over there too. Alright, let me clean this up, I'll be right back. Okay, that's all picked up. Now turn this back on. So everything red here I had to pick up, which is fine. I mean, mistakes happen, it's not that big a deal. Let's go ahead and get these put back in there, or finish getting these put in. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the roof thing though, because I know I have to go up with elevators. But I think what I want to do is I'm going to have some sort of T. So I think both of these are going to have to go like up so it goes over the top of that. Let me get one more out this way. And then I think what we're going to have to do is go with 2, 3 of these. We're going to do 1 here, 2 here, and then this one's going to go straight. That one's going to offset so I can put a T junction in there. And then have it head off to the side. Because where I need it to go in at is right there. And I don't think I need to dig this back down. It's not going to work. It needs to be further back on this one. I need to put like a 4 right here. Alright, so let's try this. And then put the 4 in where the stairs are at right now, because we're not dealing with the stairs. So I should, if I get one more of those, be pretty close. No, I need to go up a little bit more. Dang it. Alright, well, we'll go back a full conveyor then, instead of a half conveyor. Take this out, and then we'll put come on, let me get up there. So I believe I can get away with a 4x4 on this one though. Yeah, there we go. Now, how straight down is that compared to the other one? I'm not far enough back, am I? No, because I need it to go in like right here to make it line up with the other one. So I need it to come in. Let's just put this as a marker. I need it to come in like that. Alright, so I don't think I can go up under that without clipping into it. Let me try to figure this out real quick while we got material still running through. If I put the 4 in first, and then put the other 3 in, will that work? Still gets me too far out there, right? Yeah. How am I going to do this? I guess I could use an elevator. I was trying really hard not to use elevators though. I may have to move this up here. Let's take this out. We'll put that 4 in now. Then put in the 4x4. Then maybe that'll work. Yeah, it's gonna be close. I may have to put a 2 onto it now though. Let's grab a merger real quick. See how the merger lines up. Yeah, that'll line up pretty good actually. Yeah, okay. So I need to move this out to the edge then. We will take this up, and then try to get this lined up right to the edge like so. And then we will put the merger on. And that's the reason why we're doing that, is because when we come from that direction over there, we want to just be able to connect right into this. And I can do the same thing by just going like this real quick. Get it down to the right height to connect in later on. Because the other one is going to come out from further out. So I can something like that. Get it lined up out there somehow. Maybe right there, and then it should be a straight angle down. 8. No clipping, right? Yeah, perfect, just like that. Alright, so that takes care of that one. Now to get the other one up and around this and lined up, I need to know where it's going in at. It looks like it's right here. So let's take this out for a second. Alright, so I need to go basically right in line with the window right here. Alright, so this one's going to come up right here. I think that's the right spot. Just go ahead and put this out here and see if it's lined up. Yeah, it is. Okay. Now on this one, I'm going to put 2 out here, so it's a little further out, and then another merger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. I'm going to grab that 2, put it on here. Go to my inventory, grab that merger. Put that on here. And then we're going to try to connect this to that over there. Somehow. And I'm thinking we just need these because it's already been up a little bit. So let's put this on here. That's too low? That's way too low, isn't it? Yep, okay. So let's pull this out. We're going to need a 4x4. And then, what is that? 6 meters? Or is it 8? Alright, so that's going to be 6. Alright, so that's all in. So now we should technically have, if we connected power to it, these should all be running up to here. And then again, I'll have to figure this out down to here. It should be just a couple of these going down, and it should line right up with that one over there, I think. There we go. I mean, looks, now it's off a little bit. But nothing I can really do about that unless I used an elevator. Because of where it's sitting. We will just have this one be a little higher on this side, I guess. Until it gets down to there, and then it'll level out. Alright, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take this off. And everything is going to be coming into this. I still have to figure out how I want to do that, though. Because this is how the current setup is. It comes in, does some twists and turns. Well, this one over here doesn't. Yeah, that one does too. But what I kind of want is I want for these here to line up, like this part of the plant here, nice and straight, so that when it comes down here to the end and comes out here, these will go up, well, come down actually. It'll be lined up to come right down here and connect right in with the crap. With the other setup that's already in place. So like these storages here, these stairs here, maybe even these catwalks. I'm not sure. All this stuff here in the middle is all going to get moved to where it's, I think, shooting off this way now. So I'll have like 1, 2, 3 storages here, and then same thing on the other side. So we'll make a different catwalk setup somehow. Because as soon as it gets onto these conveyors right here, like this part here, it shows boxes. And so if I tried to do a chute coming down, I gotta go back downstairs. If I tried doing a chute going down here and landing on like a, what are those things called? This hopper here, it would get stuck in this chute because it's a square box trying to go through a round hole. So that's the reason why I had to put these conveyors in to make it work. And then again, we'll do the same thing on that side over there, because it's going to line up right. Here's what I want. And what I had to do to make this work was go like this. And then we're going to buy, this is going to be a right turn. And I had to put a couple of these out here too. Alright, so basically what's going to happen is go like this. And then same thing over there. It's going to build its way up and come back, be right above us. So that's how we did that. Let me go see where we're at on material wise. I did not look before we even started doing any of this, so I honestly have no idea where we're at. My little mistake. Yeah, 2 cuts and I don't know, got most of the conveyors in, and it's still not done processing. Hence the reason why we want another plant. Because this just takes too long. Alright, so it looks like we got 203,000 left. No. 433,000 left. Jeez. Which means these are backing up, I'm sure. Yep. Okay. But these aren't backing up, so that storage thing was a good idea. I have to go back and look to see who did it, but thank you, I appreciate it. Alright, so I have to look at the other plant and try to mimic it, so this might take me a little bit. I'm probably not going to do this part on camera, but I'll show when it's all said and done. But basically it's going to look like the same inside as it does outside, except there won't be any storages up top. Oh yeah, we definitely have to put a new turn thing in here. This isn't going to work. I want another staircase going there. Let's go ahead and fix that now. 7. And I think it's going to go 1, 2, so I need to go at least out to here. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, all this stuff trying to get done, but I'll have to come back and repaint it later. Alright, so that will allow me to come to here, come up top this way, so we'll have access over here. Like I said, I'm not sure it's going to work. Hopefully someone can tell me in the comments and let me know for sure, but I think it will. Alright, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to kind of go watch the material come through. I'm going to do a little bit of a jump cut, and when we get the material all processed through, I will be back. So I'll see you guys in a few. Alright, we're back. So this is all done processing. We have a bunch. Let me put these back where they go. Moving stuff around. Alright, so we're going to sell off the gold we're going to sell off the silver and the silicone, and I'm going to keep the rest of that stuff. So we're going to go over here, grab the same thing over here. We got the gold, the silver, and the silicone. And since I already told you guys about it, we're going to go ahead and come in here. And this is what we've been processing for the last, I don't know, few weeks. So we have all of these diamonds that we're going to sell also. Let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff first. So we're started at 58 million. Our 10 minutes a cut gave us 62. So we only really gained 4. No, hold on. We only really gained what, 6 million there. But we have a bunch of these. So let's go ahead and start with these diamonds. Since I believe the diamonds are worth less than the rubies. I don't know why, but they are. So that's, what, 20 stacks so far? And each stack is 1.8 million. So we were at 64 basically. Nope, wrong button. Alright, let's get these all sold. Like I said, I think it's between 150 and 200 million. Now I'm going to be way off on that number. It's going to be way more, I think. Because I have a full container of rubies. Alright, so we went from 64 to 120, so that's what, 56 million right there. And then I have this partial. We'll go ahead and sell those off real quick. Oh yeah, how much are these? Yeah, 1.9, so they are worth more. And then we have this container full. So this is 38 million right there. 20 stacks. And then get back in here. Got another 20 stacks. So that's another 38 million. Maybe 39. How much is it? Yeah, probably like 38 and a half. And then we'll grab the last little bit here. But as you can see, we're already up to 204 million, so that takes us, we were at 64, that's 140. So yeah, maybe I was right then. Between 150 and 200. Alright, so 64, if it was, let's just say 63 basically, 64, 160 million we had in rubies and diamonds. These all had like 7,000 plus in each one of them. And since I did it, it's processed in there 500. So yeah, we have tons and tons of money to build a new plant or do something else. Like I said, I'm going to kind of have to look at this, and like this part here doesn't have to, but this part here kind of has to mimic up there and how it works. So I'm going to have like a left coming off and then a right coming off and a hopper. That way it fits in the same spot, which is going to be time consuming. So I'm going to do that off camera. But that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys liked it. If you do, click that like button. It helps out the channel. If you have any tips, tricks, questions, concerns, or if you do know that this will not work, let me know before I put it all together and find out it doesn't. But that's going to do it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great day.